Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Happy Saturday. So let's talk about um, the poll that I did the other day, and I asked people some questions, and one of the options was about more discipline. So the question is if I had blank, right? I think I would be better with my money. And a lot of people chose more discipline. So if they had more discipline, they believe that they will be better with their money. So let's talk about the different reasons why it may be difficult for someone to have more discipline with their money, right? Because this is something that I work through with my clients when we work one to one in my 3 month program, Radiant Wealth Reboot. And a lot of times when they come to me, they want more discipline, right? So that they can save, so that they can start investing, so that they can plan for that vacation, so that they can really see more of their money every single month versus getting to the end of the month and wondering, where did my money go, right? And if you're any of those, yes, I want to do that, put a one in the comment, right? Before I go too much further, though, let me introduce myself. I'm Nashaya Richardson. I'm a financial coach, and I work with high achieving professionals like you who want to master your money and build a richer lifestyle. And one of those ways by building a richer lifestyle and mastering your money is by having more discipline with your finances. Now, when I talk about discipline, I'm not talking about restricting yourself from everything that you love, everything that you enjoy, which is one of the things that I find is difficult for people to have more discipline. There are so many shoulds, right? That people and society has put on us. Everyone, there's people that say you should be saving this amount of money every single month. You should be investing every single month. You should be taking care of your kids until they're 35, right? All these shoulds. And then what ends up happening is when people look at their money and they look at their spending plan, they start having lots of negative talk saying, man, I should be saving more. I should be putting this money in my 401k or my Roth IRA instead of going on that vacation. When I want you to take a moment and get clear on what your richer lifestyle looks like. If your richer lifestyle does not look like you having 6 months worth of emergency, excuse me, not emergency, right? No emergencies, 6 months of savings in your financial freedom fund, then that is not your should, right? That's not your pressure. That is not something that you have to feel obligated to do. So you can get rid of that energy saying like I should have 6 months of savings in my financial freedom fund. And how about you focus on 3 months, right? Maybe that's your safe space. Maybe that's your comfortable space. And now you can be more disciplined to focus on the 3 months versus the 6 months, right? So that first thing is getting clear on what your richer lifestyle looks like so that when you are creating your spending plan and looking at your goals, that's going to help you stay more disciplined because it's coming from a place of you wanting to do it. It's something that you think is important versus a should from societal pressure or things that you've read or what people have been telling you, but it may not feel in alignment with what you want, right? So that's number one, right? The other thing is sometimes the financial situation that people are in is so overwhelming that thinking about getting out of that situation is stressful, right? And what that stress does is it creates challenges, it creates anxiety. So now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to, maybe it's debt, right? I'm never going to get out of debt. And this is so overwhelming. And you know, at this point, it's not even worth it. Like, I might as well not even like create this plan and stick to it, stick to paying $500 a month or whatever it may be, right? And that's where you lose that discipline because of that overwhelming the stress of the financial situation that you're in, right? But what I want you to do is really take a moment and pause, right? Get everything out on the table, right? Don't be afraid to, hey Alexandria, don't be afraid to look at the numbers, right? because we cannot stick our heads in the sand and think that if I don't look at my credit report, if I don't look at my bank statements, if I don't look at my bank accounts, if I don't open these bills, it's all going to go away. No, it's really not. It's actually going to get worse, right? And I hate to be the negative Nancy, but that's just the way it is. So if you're in that space where you're in that overwhelmed, then just do it, right? Like Night, right? Put in the comments, just do it, right? And then the other part of that is that's when you tap into someone like me, a financial coach who can work with you through that process so that you're not doing it alone. A lot of times people feel like there are no solutions, there's no options, there's no one out there to support them because maybe they have a partner that is not very supportive, right? They don't want to go on that financial journey with them. They're cool with the way things are. And you may be in a position where you're stressing, where you're like, something's got to give. We got to do something different. And if you're in that space and you don't have that support, that's when you tap into me, right? And the other part of that is that when we work together, I'm there to support you. No, I'm not going to physically open the mail for you, right? You're going to have to do that, right? And you are going to have to be a part of the process. I can't do it all for you, but I'm there to support you so that as you're working through, you're looking at your bank statements or you're opening those bills and you're seeing like, okay, I'm behind on some things, or I need a plan so that I can catch up. That's what we do, right? We create that plan. We work through step by step what that's going to look like because I know that that can be overwhelming for people to do it on their own if it's been so many years since they've actually taken the time to do it, or maybe they don't even know where to start. A lot of times we think that because someone is making great money, they have the financial literacy, the knowledge to be able to apply financial strategies so that they can manage their money well. And that is just absolutely not the case, right? I want everyone who is in that space who thought that, oh, once I hit this high 5-figure income or I hit this 6-figure income, then all of a sudden I'm going to be able to manage my money well. I'm going to be able to invest and save and travel and like hire that housekeeper and the landscaper and all that stuff. Yeah, you could do those things, but it doesn't come naturally, right? Managing the money does not always come naturally, right? So Alexandra said, you can't manage a lot if you can't manage a little. Exactly. I always say master managing wherever you are, right? Maybe it's 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, right? Wherever you are currently, master managing that. So when you get that higher income, now it's like a cakewalk, right? Now you're like, listen, I was already living off of $50,000. Now I'm making 120. Like, this is the richer lifestyle, right? Like, this is what I've been looking for. Because I will tell you that I'll just use myself as an example, right? And I've shared this before, right? But I became a homeowner when I was making $40,000. Now that was my gross. Y'all already know that the gross amount is not what you take home. So really, I probably became a homeowner when I was making like when I was bringing home like $30,000. It might have even been less, right? Because you got to take into account for health insurance, taxes, all that stuff, right? So that's when I became a homeowner. And within that, I was also able to save money, right? Within that, I was also able to say, like, I could actually finally start investing some. It wasn't a lot, right? But it was something. It was more than nothing, right? I was actually able to start traveling. It was on a budget, which I always say travel on a budget, whether it's luxury or low budget, right? But I was able to travel, right? That was with my 40,000 gross income, right? Now my income is significantly higher, and what happened is when my income became significantly higher, I changed a few things in my lifestyle, but really what ended up happening is now I have more money to save, right? Now I'm in a great space to where I have the financial security and the safety that I desired when I was making that $40,000, right? Because I didn't change much in my lifestyle because I got very comfortable with where I was when I was making that $40,000. I learned how to live the way that I wanted to live with the lower income. So when the higher income came, it didn't turn into me automatically inflating my lifestyle where I felt like, oh, now that I'm making more, I have to get a bigger house, right? Or a nicer house, or, I had to upgrade something in my house that now increased my monthly living costs, right? It also did not look like, okay, now I need a nicer car, even though I already have a nice car. Now I need a nicer car because I'm making more money. No, my car is awesome. It gets me to where I have to go. And I don't need to change anything because I have everything I need and that I enjoy, right? Like Lisa said, I'm in that sweet spot, right? Now I have more money so that if I want to go and shop, I can go and shop guilt free and not feel like, oh man, I'm sacrificing my retirement, right? I'm sacrificing the things that I enjoy, or I'm sacrificing being able to pay for the video games that my son wants every single month, right? Yeah, like these kids, they want something all the time, right? So find your sweet spot, right? Find your sweet spot with when you're making that lower income, whatever it may be, whatever your number is right now, find the sweet spot. And if you're in that space where you're like, well, I don't really know how to like find that sweet spot because I feel like I make good money, but I'm not seeing it, right? Or I feel like I could be doing more with the money, the income that I have right now, but I don't know what to do, how to optimize my finances so that I'm seeing more of it so I can do more of it. That's when you book a call with me, right? That's when you work with Nishea so that we can work together to optimize your finances so that you are able to manage it, right? You're able to multiply it, and then you're also able to do it, use it for the things that you love, right? That build that richer lifestyle that you desire, right? And then let's talk about one of the other things with discipline, right? Um, Sometimes we want that instant gratification. And when I talk about instant gratification, y'all already know what I'm talking about when I talk about instant gratification, right? That means like we want the quick wins, right? We want, like, let's just use saving as an example, right? We want to save and we're like, I instantly want 3 months of emergent or savings in my financial freedom fund, right? And it doesn't happen in a month, right? So now we get discouraged because we're like, man, I'm never going to be able to save 3 months of my expenses in my account. Well, how old are you, right? Maybe you're 35, 45, 55, right? And you don't have 3 months of savings right now. So what makes you think it's going to happen instantly, right? It took you 35 years, 45 years to get 1 month. What makes you think it's going to happen instantly so that you automatically have 3 months, right? Like slow down and be in the present and enjoy the process, right? Enjoy the journey because sometimes we get so focused on the future that we can't celebrate what's happening right now. And when that happens, it makes us lose that discipline because we feel like it's never going to happen, right? Like, I'm never going to pay off this debt. I'm never going to be able to travel 4 times a year because it's not happening right now. But think about all the steps, right, that you have to put in place, all the things that you have to do so that you can do that on a regular basis. Look at everything that you're accomplishing in that moment. Look how you're elevating your mindset from that place where you thought it wasn't possible to now you're like, man, like I can see this is possible for me and I'm doing the work, right? Celebrate that elevation in your mindset so that you're no longer thinking like, this is not possible, but yes, I can actually do it, right? I want you to also celebrate the fact that you are deciding to make that change in that moment. For a lot of people, it's easier to stay comfortable. It's easier to stay stuck in that financial space that you're in. And that may not be a negative thing, right? You may be actually doing okay, right? You may be getting through the month, saving a little, investing a little. Maybe you're going on one vacation a year, but you want to do more, right? And you just don't know how to get to the next level, right? So it may not be that you're in a horrible space, right? I don't want you to think that. But if you want to do more, think about what it's going to take and then enjoy that journey so that you can then get to the end goal, right? Enjoy the process because the process is where you gain the knowledge, you have more wisdom. It's where you build that discipline to say, like, okay, I can have small wins, which is instant gratification, but I'm also looking forward to celebrate the end goal, which is that big win. And man, that's going to feel amazing. Like, wow, life is going to look like this. I am going to be able to do this. And within that, now I have all these lessons, a change of lifestyle that is going to stick with you forever. which is also the amazing thing that happens when I work with clients is yes, we may work together for 6 months, right? But think about how all those skills that you walk away with, how you will be able to use them for the end in the rest of your life, right? It's no more, I no longer know how to manage my money. I no longer know how to optimize my finances when I make more. It's no longer, I don't know how to really plan for a vacation so that I'm doing it debt free and guilt free, right? No, you have those skills for a lifetime. And now the investment that you make to work with me is like a forever investment that keeps paying for itself, right? So I could go on longer, but I'm really not. I just had a moment where I felt like sharing because um, more discipline was one of the things that people felt like if they had more of it, they could be better with their money. um, and there's so many layers to that. So, even the things that I talked about, there may be more reasons, right? Because I have like a bunch of other reasons why someone may not be difficult. But whatever it may be, just know that, yeah, just know that there are solutions out there for you. And one of those solutions is working with me in my Radiant Wealth Reboot one-to-one coaching program. It is a 3-month commitment, and you can go on further if you feel like I need more support. But within that 3-month commitment, we really look at optimizing your finances so that you can do more with the money that you have coming in. Now, I want you to think about if you could do more with the money that you have coming in, what more would you want to be able to do? Would you want to be able to finally hire that person to come in and clean your house, right? Do you want to hire somebody to come in and cook your Hello Fresh meals every single week, right? Do you want to start being able to shop more without guilt, right? What does that look like for you? And that is the outcome of us working together and to optimize your finances, right? Once we do that, right, we're also going to tap into your money story so that you can really see if that's something that you want to keep living, right? How do you want to change the chapters in your money story? What do you want the end of your money story to look like? And by us getting clear on that, now we can work through whatever it is that you may be holding on to, whether it's money chains, whether it is stuff that you have been taught that you don't even know is holding you back in your finances, and getting to the next level. And within that, having that elevated mindset, it now allows you to really take on a grander life than what you currently have. Because as you continue to make more, you're also going to be able to build that richer lifestyle and actually live it, right? No more just dreaming, it's actually implementing and living it, right? And within that, you always have my accountability, that support. And really, it's you mastering your money so that you're able to do and build that financial security that you want, right? That discipline that you want. And that could look differently for everyone. So maybe you want a year worth of savings and you just need to know how to do it. You need the plan, you need the support, and you need that shift in your mindset so that you're able to do that, right? And maybe for someone else, it's actually becoming debt free, right? Maybe you're like, I'm tired of debt. I no longer want any more debt. What does that look like, right? Nashaya, I need your support in that, right? So whatever it may be, it is awesome because we get to make it an individualized plan specifically for you, within my methodology, my 6M wealth acceleration methodology. So if you're like, I need it, girl, I want you to go ahead and book a call with me. It is meetwithnashaya.com, right? And I'm going to actually put it up here, but it's meetwithnashaya.com. You schedule your financial wellness call, and we will actually talk about where you are currently, right? And where you want to be, and if I'm the right person to support you with that. Now, I'm not going to offer you my program if I don't feel like it's a good fit. I'm not that person. If it's not a good fit, if you're not ready to work with me one-to-one, then I'm not going to offer that to you, but I will give you some resources that maybe you can use until I believe that you may be ready to work with me, right? So don't think that, okay, if I get on the call with Nashaya, she's going to automatically put me into her program. No, you may not be ready, right? So that's just full transparency. But guys, have an awesome day. Stay safe. And I want you to think about what is it that if you had more of, you believe you would be more, you would be better, right, with your money. Whatever that is, put it in the comments or DM me because I would love to have a conversation with you. Just to see how I could potentially support you. So, y'all have an awesome day. Stay safe. Later.